Gabby!
Hey, you! I gotta be honest, I have no idea who that man is.
How about now?
Ike! Never wear casual clothes again! Twins, this is Dwight Eisenhower, a victorious general during World War II, who then went on to become president of the United States, got his face on the dime, and now spends his retirement at his farm getting back to his roots. Literally.
My database.
Where did you come from?
I stowed away on Gabby's wheelchair.
Sorry we didn't make new legs for you before we left.
It's fine. I'm used to it.
Well, if you need to make legs, you're welcome to use anything you find here.
Free access to rummage through a former president's belongings? Yes, please.
Interesting. My database shows that while Eisenhower was president, he had a pet parakeet named, wait for it, Gabby.
What?
This is a true fact.
Ike, you named a parakeet after me?
No, I named it Gabby because it gabbed a lot.
Wait, why am I bonding with my grandchildren when I could be bonding with a feathered mini-me? Time for a girls' day with Gabby!
She'll be back for us. I think. Robert, do you have any interesting facts to break this awkward moment?
Do I ever? Eisenhower was a general in the army, but he hoped the military would be used to maintain peace.
Peace? But I thought the military was used to fight bad guys.
There are some wars where there is a clear evil that needs to be defeated. Like when we joined World War II and used our strong military action to stop Hitler and the Nazis. But the only purpose of a military should be to keep peace and defend our country against outside invaders.
I wish we had peace in our school lunchroom. There's a food fight pretty much every day.
Kids make booby traps out of bologna, slingshots from spaghetti. I remember when we ate naked instead of using it as bandages. Those were the days. This eyebrow is roast beef.
He did what? Men are vultures. In this case, literally, am I right?
Gabby and Gabby, two girl best friends.
I've been burned at lunch by molten nacho cheese one too many times. And for what?
Ugh.
Well, sounds familiar. Sometimes the real reason of a war is unclear or even unjust. Well, let me ask you this. Is someone making money off this school food fight?
Money? What do you mean?
Well, some people make a lot of money during times of war, like the companies that sell weapons to the United States military.
Really?
Well, these companies were created during World War II when we quickly needed a lot of weapons. They helped us win. But after the war ended, the government and military maintained a close relationship with these companies. I called that powerful union the military-industrial complex.
Eisenhower warned the American people of how dangerous the military-industrial complex would be if they gained too much power and influence.
I was just going to say that.
Sounds less braggy coming from me.
Fair enough. I was concerned about the military-industrial complex because the opportunity for these companies to profit from war means they are incentivized to push politicians into fighting more of them. The more wars there are, the more weapons they get to sell, and the more money they make.
Unfortunately, President, what you warned against is happening today.
I hate that I was so right, and I usually love being right.
Girl, you're gorgeous. You're too kind. Seriously, be meaner sometimes.
Some people want war to happen because it helps them make more money?
They sound like crazy comic book villains.
I agree. Can you give us a more modern example? Legless, bug-eyed boy with no mouth?
I'm a supercomputer. I can do better than shadow puppets. The military-industrial complex once pushed the U.S. government to provide weapons to Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein and his military so they could fight our common enemy. But soon after, Saddam became our enemy, and so our military ended up fighting him. Who did we pay to make those weapons? The very same military-industrial complex.
They made money by providing weapons to both sides. That's double dipping.
Best girl day ever!
Since World War II, the United States has almost constantly been involved in military conflict, spending trillions and trillions of dollars.
Wait. Where does the money for these wars come from?
Well, some comes from taxpayers, and a lot more comes from the Federal Reserve, which prints up the rest of the money the government needs to keep fighting these wars.
We learned that printing money causes inflation.
You're right. People are paying for war through taxes and don't even realize they're paying more through inflation. I believe that if people had to pay for all these wars out of their own pockets, we'd have fewer of them, and they'd probably end more quickly.
It seems like war is really expensive. Imagine what else that money could be used for.
I gave a speech about the cost of war. One heavy bomber could instead be used to buy a modern brick school in more than 30 cities.
I tried to read that speech you gave on our school computer. It crashed.
Well, the saddest part is how many lives are lost needlessly. Soldiers die in wars we don't need to fight, and the civilians living in these war-torn places lose their lives too. Just normal people, including children like you.
That's heartbreaking.
This problem seems too big. What can we even do?
Former Congressman Ron Paul repeatedly suggested we use the golden rule in foreign policy. Don't do to other nations what we don't want happening to us.
That's great advice. And now that you know the role the military-industrial complex plays, don't be a puppet in their game. Don't vote for politicians who are buddies with them. And use critical thinking when deciding to join the military. Make sure you know and agree with what the wars are truly about. Money fuels war. Ask, what is it for?
President Eisenhower, thank you for your wisdom.
And gardening tools.
And for naming a parakeet after me. She's exactly like me. I'm leaving her everything when I die.
Oh, Gabby is a boy.
Our relationship was full of lies. Twins, you're back in the wheel. Grab those tomatoes and hop on the wheelchair, General.
General? You mean me?